I have got a lot of videos out about silver and other kinds of coins and stuff, but I don't have many when it comes to terms of cash and different kind of things that people collect. So I figured in this video, I'll go over some things that I look for in my pocket change when it comes to my cash and such, and show you what I'm saving. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the journey. Like I said, today we're going to go over some of the notes and stuff that I search for when I am getting change. Like for instance, this one. This is one of the brand new 2021s, and it is a star note. It has no folds in it. It's in absolutely crisp condition. So of course I plucked this out and I'm going to keep it. And I do like to save star notes. A lot of folks don't pay a whole lot of attention to them, but I've got a few. I've got close to 100 of them here. And I've got one $5 bill, but then I've got a large stack of ones. Like I said, there's somewhere around 100 of them here. And all you're looking for is the little star at the end of the number. And of course, a star note is a replacement note where they did some sort of error or problem printing, and they can't print the same serial number twice. And so they take and change the end here and add a star to it. So of course they get a different serial number. From time to time, you'll find that little star where it's hollow in the middle will be filled in. That will actually add more value to it if you find it filled in. But yep, I like to keep all the star notes that I find. And yep, I'm always looking for more. There are all kinds of different errors and varieties that people look for in notes. I'm not going to go into large detail on all the different ones that are out there. Like I said, I'm just going to talk about the kind of things that I save. And one of the things that I save are older notes. And I've got a few here that are from back in the 60s and maybe one from the 70s. Like for instance, this one here, 1963. There's nothing really special about it. It's just an old note, and I just like keeping up with the older currencies that I find in circulation. And then I have got a 1974. We've got 1969. 1969 again. And then I've got an old star note from 1969 as well. As you can see, it's in quite rough condition, but it's an old note, it's a star note, so I'll keep it for my collection. Nothing special about these other than the fact that they're old. And some folks do kind of go on the big hunts for these older notes. Me personally, I don't hunt these down specifically, but if I find them, I will keep a hold of them. And then you find some other kind of weird things sometimes that's really unexplainable. And one thing that I found was this $10 bill. And if you notice, the numbers and the seals, things like that, they're blue. I don't know why they're blue. I don't know what the deal is with this. I can't find anything about it. But yep, and this is not an old note at all. This is a 2013. And as you can see, the seals, the numbers, everything up here, it's just turned blue for some reason. As far as I remember, it's supposed to be green. I don't have a regular 10 on me to verify that, but I don't know why it's like that, but I thought it was neat, so I kept it. I also have this silver certificate. This was given to me by Stack That Gold. These were, as you can see right there at the top, it says silver certificate instead of Federal Reserve note. Back when these were in circulation and were the primary source of money, you could take any of these into the bank and they would have to give you silver for it. So this $1 silver certificate was good for $1 silver dollar. And of course, a $10 would be worth 10 silver dollars, so on and so forth. There was also gold notes. I don't have a gold note to show you, but if I ever get one, I'll be sure to show it off. Another big thing folks look for is variance in the serial numbers. And I do tend to do that. I can generally fan through money pretty quick and scan through the serial numbers. And there's some of them that you actually don't really notice very often. And that's things like this. This is what's called a broken ladder. Every number in that serial number is different. It's from number 2 to number 9. Of course, they're not in order, so they call it a broken ladder. If they were in order, they would call it a ladder or a reverse ladder. And I have found a couple of them. And these are a little collectible. Something like this would probably be worth anywhere between, $5 and $10, depending on who's looking to purchase. But yep, if you find them, they're they're definitely worth saving. Another one that I've always got my eyes out looking for are these repeater notes. Of course, this isn't a full repeater. You see the 464646. If it was a repeater all the way across, it would be worth a ton more. I had one when I very first started doing this that I found, and I sold it for the better part of $200 for a $1 bill. So they can be quite valuable. And if you find them, you got yourself a little tiny gold mine. Something like this is nowhere near worth that, maybe about $5 or $6. But at the same time, this is only a $1 bill, so it's definitely worth the keep. A lot of folks out there specifically save lower serial numbers. You can see this was only 3,077. This is the lowest serial number note that I have. It's not in great condition. Somebody wrote on it, of course, but it's a low serial number nonetheless, so I kept it for my collection. Another one that some folks keep an eye out for, and they do sell on a regular basis on eBay, are birthday notes. And what you're looking for there is a note. You can see this one's got the corner torn off, but the serial number on it is actually a birthday. So on this one, of course, you're looking at July 30th, 2003. And some folks do seek these out. They like to have a note with their birthday on them. So that's always another option. I've only found 3 so far. As you can see, I've got a couple more. Got March 5th, 2019, August 25th, 1984. It's up to you. Myself, I like to keep a hold of them, but it's just something else to look out for in your pocket change. And then you can get into some of your harder to find serial numbers. Things like what's known as a radar note. And that's a note where the serial number reads exactly the same either way you look at it, from front to back or back to front. So of course, as you can see there, 7646, and from the other side, it's also 7646. This is the only full radar note I've ever found, and I'm absolutely happy to have it. And another difficult one to find is binary notes. Now this is not a true binary, that would be all ones and zeros, but there's only 2 numbers in this entire serial number, 5s and 2s. And at the right time and the right auction on eBay, these can sell for a whole lot more than $1. I've seen these go upwards of $100. Depending on the numbers in there, it can go a whole lot higher. But at the same time, I've also seen them go for 10. It just depends on the day and the folks that find it in the auction. But if you're looking to make a few extra bucks, little ones like this can be a real gem. And the main one I'm generally keeping my eye out for was a series of notes made back in 2013. As I said before, there's no notes that are supposed to have the same serial numbers. Well, there was a goof at the mint back in 2013. And here you come with the B series star notes. This was a series of notes, of course, that were getting replaced for some damage or error, whatever it caused it, they had to replace them. But these got printed with the same serial numbers at 2 different presses. So if you have a 2013 B series star note, it could have a duplicate out there or should have a duplicate out there. And they can be worth thousands if you get them in good condition and find the matching set. Myself, I have several that I have found so far. Go a little closer so you can see them in case you're looking for them too. And I'd be happy to put them together with anybody out there that's got a matching to what I have. We can sell them off and make a few extra bucks. I'm always on the hunt for them. So if you find them, you should definitely keep them. These can be real treasures. The prices on them fluctuate up and down, but they can go for some real serious money. But those are the notes that I collect out of my pocket change, the stuff that I'm always looking for. And I used to sit back from time to time and I would get several $100s worth of $1 bills just to go through and do what we call strap hunts. I need to get into doing those. I've done a couple of videos on them and I'm going to start doing those again. I actually enjoy it, and you never know when you're going to find a real treasure. But how about any of you? Do any of you keep up with things like this? Do you save your notes? Do you just discard them and spend them as they go? Or do you look for a specific one? Are you into birthday notes, star notes, repeater notes? There's so many different ones out there. But just remember, there is a website out there that I use to check all my star notes to see if they're more valuable than others. Because sometimes if the print runs are quite low, they can be worth a whole lot. And for that, you just go to a website called Star Note Lookup, and it'll help you get that information. But sound off in the comments below and let me know, what do you think about all this? Is it something that you do? Is it something that you're interested in getting into? I look forward to reading them all. And as always, I thank you for watching the video, and remember to follow along on my silver journey. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.